したい大事そうに抱えた私を全部君がこの孤独を痛みを癒すの消えてしまいたい眠らない街のざわめき愛想笑いの憂鬱本音なんていつかどこか見えないふりだねだって不安なんてそんな言われなくても分かってる壊したい大事そうに抱えた強がりなんてでも素直になれない迷っても悩んでも君が求めるならせめてこの孤独を痛みを壊して生まれ変わりたい青い空は窮屈に上辺だけを映し出すこの未来をずっとぼやかしてる曖昧につながる世界は深い傷さえ嘲笑うどれくらい苦しめばいいのもがけばいいのまた答えが見えない教えて真実を君が知ってるならガラスみたいなことをかけを探すのどんなに暗闇でも君が照らそうとするから蜃気楼みたいな望みを信じてしまう壊したい大事そうに抱えた強がりなんてでも素直に
All right. Hold on. Let me adjust the volume a little bit. Okay, that should be good. Alrighty. Cool. I can't even say that it's been a while because it hasn't been that long. It's only been a couple of weeks this time. That's amazing. Anyway, hello everyone. My name is Protagonist. You can call me Protag, and today we're here to open up a new Rush Duel set. So this is Accel Road of the Attack, right? And I don't know if this is like a new era, but it's a new year of Rush, right? And you can tell because the side of the box is different from, I guess, all the other ones from, I guess, the last year-ish or so, right? Like this is now, we're in what, KP21 territory? Which is wild to me. I mean, we're extending into further than what could have possibly been thought of, right? We got ritual monsters now. That's crazy. What are we gonna do? How ritual is gonna shake up the meta? And we don't have too much information on that as of yet. So far, you know, rituals seem pretty interesting, but we're literally in the infancy of introducing how strong rituals could possibly be, given its new location in the extra deck for Rush Duels. So I'm very excited to see how all of that is going to change in the future. But for now, we're going to just see what kind of cards we're going to get from this set. So with Accel Road to the Attack, we are expecting to see a lot of different cards for actually a variety of themes. Obviously, the main one is going to be the 7th Road or Accel Wonder deck. Right here we have the new 7th Road card here. So we're gonna hopefully, you know, get this card. We'll see. We also have, I think, one Cyber Dragon, one Harpy. We have some new additions to like the high-tech dragons, right? Yuumu's cards. We have Dark Magician cards. We have a couple, or maybe just 2 Demolition cards. What else are we getting? We have the Shadow Flowers. The Shadow Flowers actually got expanded upon here too. So they got some more powerful monsters. But we also have some new themes in the form of Plasmatic Model, which is like a, I guess like, you know, I guess like a Gundam kit, right? Or like, you know, a model kit type theme where you can build up into your ritual monsters using some of the base models and, you know, attaching them with their companions and stuff. So that's very cool. And then we also have the Tomabot series, which has kind of been, we've been waiting for this one for a while, right? This is a anime theme that has been shown quite a bit, and so we're finally getting more cards in that set, and I'm excited to see, you know, how well they could possibly do. But yeah, I only have 1 box to open today. I was trying to record earlier with this, but the footage got, or not the footage, but like, you know, the audio kind of got messed up when I was trying to like check back up on it. And so I'm glad I only did 1 box to make sure that it worked, to test. And so we only have 1 box this time around. I decided to stream it because I think it's just a little bit easier, and that's how I've been doing it for the other ones. I really only pre-record like the structure deck stuff. So yeah. There's no new Yu-Gi-Oh anime, so it's still in the Go Rush era. Yeah, I mean, it's a new era for Rush duels in general, right? Like, in the way that I see, like, you know, KP 1 through 10 into 11 through 20 and now 21 through 30 is like just like different, I guess, version, or like not, I guess different years of Rush, right? And so like that's how I see it. It's not like there's not a new anime or anything coming out right now, right? But like we're still in Rush duels, we're still, you know, opening new stuff, but there's just new things going on in the meta, in what's being released, that, you know, I think it deserves to have some call out, basically. So yeah, that's why I use that terminology. Apologies if that's not the right way to go about it, but, you know, to me, I think it's worth celebrating, you know? We've gone for this long, and I'm glad that Rush Duels is still going strong. So without further ado, let's open up this box and, you know, kind of see what we're working with. So with this set, we also have a new we have a copy of one of the new premium Overrush rare. What is the official word for it? It's the premium black version, the new rarity that was introduced first in the 5th year anniversary pack with the Victory Dragon, I believe is what it's called. But now we're gonna see it here with a different card. It's a new level 9 monster. So we're gonna hopefully, you know, if we can get the basic version, that's fine too. But if we can get the nice Overrush rare black border ones, that would also be pretty cool. I'd be very excited to see that. All right. Oh, I actually didn't see what our token or field center was. Oh, okay. They usually have different ones, but for the ones that I saw on Ruxin's unboxing, and even the other box that I opened today, it's all been the same card, which, you know, that's weird, I guess. But we're gonna put these to the side here. You know what? I'm gonna just leave the packs out here to the side. That's probably the easier way to do it. And then we will go and open it this way. All right. So we're going to go through each of the cards, and I'll just talk about, or like, I'll read out the cards and stuff, and, you know, what they do and everything, so that for people who might want to know about the cards or see something that they might be interested in, then they can search up the cards themselves later, or try and see if they can make a deck with them in the future. So it'll be like a little bit of like a pause for me to try and like find the card in the database, so that I can read out the name and make sure that I have the requirements and effects correct. So the first card is Alpurus the Nurturer. This is a fusion monster that requires Alpurus the Sower and 1 plant-type monster. If you send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard, you gain 600 life points. So pretty simple effect, pretty simple card overall. This is just like, I guess, a generic plant thing. Like, right, Alpurus the Sower is a regular, or is just like another plant effect monster. I don't think it really has a proper place or a proper theme that it goes into, but I think just plants in general is really like where you're looking to place this card. All right, and next up is one of the new Tamabots. So let me go make sure that I have the right one. Mecha Tamabot. This card's name becomes Tamabot while in the graveyard. It has the continuous effect of having its name be Tamabot while on the field. And if you fusion summon Tamabot King Golem, oh, this is gonna be hard to say a bunch of times in a row. If you fusion summon Tamabot King Golem, this card can be treated as 2 materials for it. I believe Tamabot King Golem needs just 3 Tamabots, so you can use this for 2 and then just have another one on your field, which, you know, makes it a little easier, hopefully. All right, let's see what is next. First, let me change up how I am doing this so it's a little bit easier for me. There you go. All right, next up we have Polka. All right, the Demolition Soldier Polka. If you have Demolition Soldier Nika face up on your field, then you can send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. Then, if a fire attribute worm monster is among the cards sent, you can add a field spell card or 1 equip spell card from your graveyard to your hand. So yeah, this works well with the other Demolition Girl, and you'll see the other one, we're probably going to get it at this point, right? And, you know, it's a very, very funny theme that they have going on together, but it is cool that we get them. All right, so we have this card. I was really hoping that this name would be a little bit different, but alas, so far there hasn't been a change to what this fusion monster is called. So this is, let me make sure that I have the name correct. This is Super Cervical Dragon Elas Mortar. This is a fusion monster that requires 2 level 4 or lower dinosaur type monsters. It has the continuous effect of not being able to be destroyed by card effects. And if you have a non-effect dinosaur type fusion monster in your grave, this card gains 1200 attack and piercing. So, I mean, this card is pretty good, especially for dinosaurs that have, you know, a bunch of these normal fusion monsters in their arsenal. So now you have a monster that actually benefits from them, instead of them kind of just being there because you really don't have other options or other good options, right? With dinosaurs, you have the maximum way, you have the fusion way. You can run both at the same time. I'm not entirely sure which way is the right way to be playing dinosaurs, but it's cool that they have different options. The only issue is that they're still pretty weak overall, so having more ways of, you know, hitting hard and being a bigger threat like this is pretty good. I'm very happy for dinosaurs. Good for them. Hopefully they can continue to gain more support in the future. And then finally, our last card is the new Cyber Dragon. Very nice. So this is Cyber Surveillance Dragon. It does kind of give me the same vibes as the Cyber Search Dragon, but that makes sense because that is one of its fusion materials, right? You need Cyber Search Dragon and Cyber Dragon to fuse this monster. And if you change this attack position card to face up defense position, you can actually fusion summon a level 10 machine type monster by shuffling 3 or more Cyber Dragon from your field and or graveyard to your owner's deck as material. This turn, the monster special summoned by this effect also gains an additional 600 attack. So truly a powered up search dragon in which you can now use cards from everywhere that isn't your deck, right? Or your hand and your deck, I guess. And you're able to create a very strong Cyber Dragon fusion, right? Like, this will be a very cool card to have, and, you know, it's pretty powerful. It looks great. So hopefully, you know, Cyber Dragon see more use in the future. Now that we have more ways of bringing out your giant boss monsters, this could be a good addition to have. All right, let us continue. Oh, come on. There we go. All right. Next up, we have some more Tamabot fusions. So let's go over there. This is Tamabot Boost Dragon. I think we already have the other Tamabot Dragon, but now we have Tamabot Boost. Very nice. So this requires Red Boot Boost Dragon and a Tamabot to fusion summon. Send the top card of your deck to the graveyard, and this card gains 1000 attack until the end of the turn. Then you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to the number of Tamabot in your graveyard times 300. So there are a few Tamabot that, outside of the original Tamabot, does have its name changed to be Tamabot in the grave. So now you have more ways of dealing damage, and you know, it looks cute. It looks cool. I really want to see like a really good Tamabot deck like perform well. So hopefully we can see that in the future. I might experiment with it myself. I never really played around with, you know, the Tamabots or like the high-tech dragons, honestly. So this might give me an excuse to. I feel like it's just a really silly way to have these cards, but like also deal some serious damage in the future. All right, next up is I think Bomber Juggler. Yeah, this is Bomber Juggler. During the turn that you normal summon this card, send one face-up ritual monster from your field to the grave. Then you can inflict 1000 damage to your opponent. So, I mean, yeah, this is an interesting card. I don't know where you would use it right away. So if someone knows already, that would be you. I mean, let me know. But I mean, I guess if you wanted to possibly recycle, or if you have ways to recycle your ritual monster and bring it back online, you can use this, deal extra damage, bring it back, and then, you know, be able to use its effect again or something like that. You know, some crazy stuff. Yeah, I can see that. But I think this needs to be played around a little bit more to see what it can actually do. All right, next up, we have a new dragon. This is Rebuild Drake. Send this face-up card from your field to the graveyard, and then you can special summon a Blue Fang Burst Dragon or Red Boot Boost Dragon from your graveyard to your field in face-up defense position. This is a very easy way to cheat out your monsters, right? Like, this is nice. Have this card, you can, you know, discard your level 7 dragons, you know, for something else. You can play this, bring it back, and then have it ready for a fusion summon in the future. Like, you know, this is a really cool card. I like it a lot. And then we have Plasmatic Model Open. So this is a spell card where you can excavate the top 4 cards of your deck, and you can choose to excavate a level 4 or lower thunder or light thunder monster, or you can get a plasmatic model maintenance, I believe. Let me find it. I have most of the plasmatic model cards basically memorized because I'm working on the rush review for plasmatic model, but you know, I want to make sure I'm correct. Excavate the top 4 cards of your deck. You can excavate a level 4 or lower thunder type monster with 800 defense. Oh, okay, it wasn't light. It just had to be a level 4 or lower thunder type monster with 800 defense, or an excavated plasmatic model maintenance to your hand. The rest of the cards go to the bottom of your deck in any order. Okay, so that's what the main thing was. Okay, but yeah, so this is a really good card to have for the deck because like you're most likely gonna hit, right? You're gonna hit a lot of cards regardless, because you're running so many in-theme cards, right? Plasmatics is not a deck where you can really experiment by adding a lot of other things, because then you ruin a lot of its main effects, I guess, a lot of its main card effects. And then speaking of, we actually have one of the ritual spells. This is Plasmatic Model Play. I believe that is right. That there's no other words that come after that. Yes. Okay, good. So Plasmatic Model Play lets you ritual summon Plasmatic Model Rising Listella or Plasmatic Model Rising Blau by sending face-up Thunder-type monsters from your field to the graveyard, whose total levels equal 8 or more as material. Obviously, you cannot use more monsters than necessary as material, but for the rest of the turn, you can only attack with Thunder-type monsters. You'll see this as a recurring theme. Honestly, you're not going to be using anything else that isn't Thunder-type, so don't worry about that. The lock is there, which is good, but honestly, with a theme like this, it's not necessary, question mark? Actually, you know what? Maybe it is. I'm on the boat of where more cards need more locks. You know, some cards are just way too strong, and it just makes sense that you need to put some restrictions on them. Because we don't want too many generics out there that become staples and just are thrown out everywhere. So it's good to have these types of cards because, you know, they're just nice. Honestly, they're just nice. All right, next up is... you are the one that changes its name. I know that's what you do. The Magical Warrior of Heritage. Yes. Shuffle 2 monsters from your grave to the deck. Then you can choose one warrior or spellcaster monster with 2600 attack or defense in your graveyard. Then for this turn, this card's name becomes the same name as that monster. So this is another way to get some of your what am I trying to say? Your fusion monsters out, right? Because one example that I was using before was you can use this for Buster Blader into, you know, your Dark Paladins and stuff like that. So that was like the main way that I thought about using it. But there's other ways to do it. There's a few other cards I think that have that stat line or like that specific stat that you can maybe do something weird with. But, you know, it's fine. Next up, we have one of the rare Shadow Flower, one of the rare normal monsters, but this is Himawari, the Shadow Flower Eraser. So this is just a normal monster that you can use in order to fusion summon one of the new fusion monsters for Shadow Flowers, and we'll talk about it when we get there. But yeah, it's cool to see that we still get normal monsters nowadays, even though like most normal monsters aren't going to be used unless they are like specifically needed for things. Right? Like generic normal monsters don't get used anymore, right? This isn't early rush. This isn't early rush Duel Links where, you know, bigger number, better monster. Because like, I mean, that's still the case, but like for normal monsters, you don't really see people running like, you know, oh God, I can't even think of the normal 1500s anymore. But like, you know, people had like a bunch of normal 1500s that they were running. And it's like, all right, now we've moved on past that. You know, all those comments that people are like, oh my God, a 1600 attack normal monster? Like, oh God, there's power creep. And I'm like, well, you're kind of late to the party, my friend. You're a little bit late. All right, next up after that is Plasmatic Model Universe Glider. Yes, this is the spaceship. So during the turn that you normal summon this card, you can send the top 2 cards of your deck to the grave. Then you can set one Plasmatic Model play from your graveyard to your spell and trap zone. So this is a great way to get your ritual spell back onto your board. You can use it right away. You can save it, do whatever you want. But this is also one of the rare cards in the Plasmatic deck that actually mill. So that's actually really good too, because a lot of your Plasmatic strategies are going to ask you to recall things from your grave, put them back into your hand and things like that. So the more cards that you can have in your grave, the more opportunities that you can activate effects, get good cards back, and then continue playing the game. So because this is one of the rare milling cards, it is pretty good, but like it's also not one that I don't even run 3 of personally, but you know, it's all right. And then, oh, we actually get the fusion monster first before we even get to see the other one. So let me see if I can find the correct name. All right, this is Demolition Twin Princesses, Hot de Chance. All right, forgive me on my pronunciation. I don't know French, right? So I don't know if that's even the correct pronunciation for it, but you can fusion summon this by using Demolition Soldier Nika and Demolition Soldier Polka. This has the continuous effect of on your opponent's turn, spell and trap cards on your field cannot be returned to the hand, deck, or extra deck by card effects. So we've been starting to see that general theme of this same line, right? Can't be returned to the hand, deck, or extra deck. Specifically the spell and trap cards. So we don't have any spell or trap cards that go back to the extra deck as of now. But it is funny that we keep getting these cards and it's like, well, yes, soon we'll get it, right? Eventually we're gonna get cards that do that for us, but we don't know what they're gonna look like, what they're going to do. But it's a really cool thing that we have things to be excited for, right? Rituals is one thing. We were expecting that for a while since it showed up in the anime. So I'm glad that we finally got them. But this line really makes us, or really makes me excited at least, to see what kind of things that they can do with the extra deck again. Because it looks like the extra deck is going to be a really powerful place for this upcoming, or for the next upcoming stuff for Rush Duels. So let's see what other crazy things that they'll be able to do. And then finally, we have the trap card, which is not that one, not that one. Definitely not that one. Flash Memory Fusion. There it is. When a monster on your field is destroyed by an opponent's attack or their card effect, you're allowed to fusion summon a monster that lists Blue Fang Burst Dragon or Red Boot Boost Dragon as material by shuffling monsters from your graveyard into the deck as material. Then, if you activated this card during your turn, your opponent can special summon one monster in their graveyard to the field in face-up attack position. So you can have this be a double-edged sword by using it on your turn, which is valid. This is still a strong card to have, because it wouldn't matter what your opponent brings out if you summon the really good fusion monster, right? We haven't seen it yet, but the really good fusion monster would not care what monster gets brought back, especially if it's on your turn anyway, because they won't be able to activate whatever monster they bring out, their effect or whatever, right? So that's pretty good. I think this is a pretty nice card to have, especially since it lets you fusion summon on either your turn or your opponent's turn. It gives you the initiative, right? And, we like that. We like that. All right. Next up, we have our first repeats, so we don't have to talk about it. We have the new Tamabot spell. We do have to talk about that one. All right. So, let's see if this will give me the thing. There it is. This is Tamabond. If a face-up Earth attribute monster on your field, you can fusion summon a dragon or machine monster by sending face-up monsters on your field to the graveyard as material. That monster gains 200 attack. If a level 7 Earth attribute machine type monster is used as material by this effect, its name can be treated as Blue Fang Burst Dragon or Red Boot Boost Dragon. So that's pretty fun. That's a lot of name changing. That's a lot of things that you could possibly do to try and get this to use this card. So I'm very excited to see, because a lot of the joint tech monsters I think have that stat line. So you're able to use your joint tech monsters in tandem, which makes sense. This is basically what Tamabots are really meant to do. And, be able to fuse some of your big guys without actually needing the specific name, which is pretty fun. We already seen this one. We already seen Tamabot too. Okay, we've seen a lot of... Oh, hey, our first ultra rare. This is a new ritual monster for the Legend theme. So Legends, I've already talked about in a previous Rush review. If you want to check that out, definitely do. But the Legends actually get a ritual monster, which was really out of left field for me. I did not expect this whatsoever, but it's super cool that they're still giving, support to them and stuff like that. So this card, this is Legend Lineage Saber. This card is treated as a legend card while in the graveyard. If you send the top card of your deck to the grave, this card gains 500 attack until the end of the turn. And if you have 3 or more level 7 monsters with 300 defense in your graveyard, you can special summon a level 7 monster with 300 defense from your graveyard face up to your field. So obviously this is asking you to bring back any of your grand legends to be able to use their effects again, right? This is a super cool card that allows you to basically use the power of friendship and bonds to bring back your fallen allies and have them use their effects once more in battle. This is really cool. And I really like like it still fits in with the theme. It's still a very strong card, right? Like this is sick. This is sick. I'm really glad that Legends got some more cards in this set, and you know, gives you more reasons to kind of play around with them. Because like the whole Legend theme, I think, is really cool. You know, utilizing both Legend monsters and monsters that become a Legend card in various other places. So yeah, no, this is a really cool theme, and I'm glad they're continuing to add support for it. And I hope they continue doing that. Maybe we could see Legend rituals for all the other Grand Legends. So yeah. Grand Legend Magician? No. Or if you're talking about who is on the card, no. I think that's just his name is just Legend Saber, right? It's because Grand Legend Saber is the lady. Legend Saber is just the dude, right? Who gets her sword, or who inherits the sword because he's like or like she's his ancestor or whatever, right? All right. Next up is one of the new plasmatic models. This is plasmatic model Unicorn. Nope, it's plasmatic model Sonic Horse. Plasmatic model Sonic Horse needs you to send the this face-up card from your field to the grave, and you can add a plasmatic model Lenoir and or a plasmatic model Docking from your graveyard to your hand. And then once again, it locks you into only attacking with Thunder type. So like this card, this card is so good, right? If you have both the base Lenore and the base and the plasmatic model Docking in your graveyard, you can get both. You can, you know, activate Lenore's effect, turn it to level 8, use Docking, get your Rising Lenore out, and then boom, you have a ritual on the field ready to go. Like this is a very strong card to have. Allows you to do a lot of fun stuff really quick. So it can be a good way to surprise your opponents. All right, next up we have a new Shadow Flower spell whose name I don't really know because I don't know the Shadow Flower spells well. This is True Shadow Flower Clone. If you have a face-up level 7 Earth Plant type monster on your field, you can place 2 cards from your hand at the bottom of your deck in any order. This then allows you to special summon up to 2 level 7 Earth attribute plant type monsters from your graveyard face up to your field. All right, I can understand this. So this is very nice. I mean, yeah, one of the obvious ways is to use Reincarnation, but like you can bring back quite a few other level 7 Earth plants, right? There's all the other Shadow Flowers that you can bring back as well. So, you know, you have a lot of choices. Reincarnation is just one of them. But yeah, this is cool. All right, next up we have Dispel Archer. I remember it because I couldn't remember the name the first time I saw it. All right, so Dispel Archer is a retrain of one of Yuga's monsters back in 7s, I guess. Yeah. Send the top card of your deck to the graveyard, and for this turn, this card's name becomes Spell Archer. Then, if you have a spellcaster normal monster in your graveyard, you can change the battle position of one monster on your opponent's field. So yeah, pretty nice card. Good effects. I already talked about this fusion. And then we have the Legend monster. We have this dude. You are Mormolith. I don't like your name, but that is what you are. So, choose one face-up Earth attribute monster on your field. You can destroy that monster and all face-up monsters on the field with defense less than or equal to that monster's attack. So, I mean, this is a decent way of removing, you know, a lot of cards, you know, just a full board clear. But a lot of the cards there's a lot of cards that might have destruction prevention effects. That's just unfortunate. But this could be really good. I've seen people say, like, you know, there's one of the magnet fusions that you can use this with that also cannot be destroyed by your opponent's effects. So if you, or by card effects. So if you use this card and choose that fusion monster, it'll destroy everything but your own monster, which is really fun. So yeah. Spellcaster is a pretty fun deck to play. That's what I've been seeing. I played it against a few of them, and you know, they definitely have a lot more pop-off moments, I think. You know, it's definitely a lot easier for them to get to their into their highs, which I'm very happy about. So that's good. You know, we need spellcasters to be good. There are better legend cards than that monster. I mean, sure, but like, you know, you still have to figure out some ways to use it, right? Like, there are obviously going to be better options, but who knows? Maybe that's just something that people want to use, you know. But you know, at least there are other things that can be played, you know. All right, next up we have Plasmatic Model Maintenance. I am looking in the wrong direction. Spells are down here. So Plasmatic Model Maintenance is a equip spell. So you can equip this to one face-up light attribute thunder type monster on your field. The equipped monster gains 500 attack and its level increases by 4. If the equipped monster is a ritual monster, it inflicts piercing battle damage. So obviously your first choice is going to be using this on Lenore, because she gains, or Rising Lenore, apologies, because she gains more attack based on her level. So you're changing it from a level 8 ritual to a level 12. That's going to be really good. And you get the pierce as well. But you can also use this for your base level 4s to turn them into level 8s. So you can just use one card for your rituals if you need to, right? Because there might be times where you only have one level 4 in your field. And you're like, well, can't make a ritual out of that. But if you have maintenance, then that's not too bad. All right, next up we have the Tama. It's not Tama Tank, even though that would be a cool and fun name for it. Oh, it is. Yes, it is. Never mind. Tama Tank Mark II. I don't know what I thought this was not called. But anyway. So, Tama Tank Mark II. During the turn that you normal summon this card, send one face-up Tamabot from your field to the grave to then destroy a face-up card on your opponent's field. Then you can destroy a face-down card on your opponent's field. So, fun. For the cost of one Tamabot, you can have a potential to destroy up to 2 cards? Alright. Sure. I'll take it. Why not? And like, look at the cute little guy in the shooty part. Very cute. Alright, this is Paka, so we don't need to talk about Paka again. Poka. Have we talked about? I don't think we talked about this card. I'm mixing it up from what I just opened. So this is a Tamabot trap. This is where are you? Tama Bang Born. So when a monster on your field is destroyed by an opponent's attack or their card effect, you can send the top card of your deck to the grave. Then you can special summon up to 3 Tamabot from your graveyard face up to your field. So remember, there are a few Tamabots that have their name, or a few Tama monsters that change their name to Tamabot in the graveyard. So you can use that effect to bring back that specific card into your fields and, you know, just move on with your summons from there. So yeah, not too bad of a card to have. And then, oh dang, we have our Harpy. We have our Harpy fusion. First off, rip Harpies, but we might as well talk about it. Harpy Lady 3 and 1. All right, this is contact fused by using Harpy Lady 3 and 1 level 4 or lower wing type beast monster. Send the top card of your deck to the grave, and for this turn, this card's name becomes Harpy Lady. And then during your opponent's next turn, your opponent can declare only 2 attacks during their turn. Very scary, very cool thing that I don't think we've really seen like a lot of, right? Forcing your opponent to only attack like X amount of times, right? We have ones that only allow them to attack once. Maybe there's one that only allowed them to attack twice. That was outside of this, about this monster, but I don't remember it. So if you do, let me know. But I think I want to say that was the first one that specifically mentions attacking twice. Maybe I'm wrong. All right, next up we have Plasmatic Model Buniper. Let me see where you are. There you are. So, during the turn that you normal summon this card, you can add a plasmatic model Turt Glue or a plasmatic model Maintenance from your graveyard to your hand. Then for this turn, you can only attack with Thunder-type monsters. Alright. I mean, yeah, this is a pretty good card too. I mean, Turt Glue is not bad. Maintenance is always really fun. So, that's not a terrible thing. Because, right, you can use Maintenance, attach it onto here, make this a level 8. If this is the only card that you can play, then yeah, getting Maintenance, going into this, ritual summoning off of that. There you go. Alright. I don't think we've talked about this Tamabot spell yet, so let me find it real quick. It is Strike Tama Bowling, yes. Alright. So you can choose one face-up Tamabot on your field and one face-up monster with 100 or more attack on your opponent's field. This turn, your monster gains attack equal to that opponent's monster's attack and inflicts piercing battle damage. Yeah, I mean, that's one way to kind of go over monsters, make a really strong Tamabot. But, you know, I feel like this is pretty situational. But, you know, it's fun. It's fun. It's cute. It's fun. There's nothing wrong with that. And then we have, I believe it's just Mama Bot, right? Yeah, okay. During the turn that you normal summon this card, you can add a Tamabot from your graveyard to your hand. Then for this turn, this face-up card can be treated as 2 tributes for the tribute summon of a Earth attribute machine-type monster in attack position. So yeah, there you go. Mamabot loves the Tamabot so much, she can bring him back, and she has enough love to make another Tama monster. So take that as you will. And then we have the frog. This is Gamabot. Gamabot? I guess? Toadbot? Nah, I don't like that. Okay. Change this attack position card to face-up defense position, and then you can excavate the top 6 cards of your deck. You can then add up to 2 excavated Tamabot and or Tamabond to your hand. Then you can place the other cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. Excavate 6 is a lot. That's pretty cool. And you're probably gonna hit, right? Tamabots and Tamabonds are pretty rampant, but I guess they don't have the name change all the time, so it really depends. And then finally, we have the ritual spell for the legend cards. I believe this is, it's not called legend, is it? It's not Legend Advent. What are you called? Oh no, it is Legend Advent. Wow. Okay, never mind. My subconscious is speaking truth sometimes. All right, so this card can be treated as a legend card while in the hand or the graveyard. It has the effect of being able to ritual summon Legend Lineage Saber by sending face-up monsters from your field to the graveyard whose total levels equal 10 or more as material. So yeah, very cool. In my other pack that I actually got this card as a secret rare, which is pretty cool. Speaking of Advent, fire, light the fire. All right. But yes. Yeah, I'm glad that if I can't directly remember it, at least my subconscious is like, hey, you have seen this card before. We've read into these cards to know which ones these are. All right, we've seen Maintenance. This one. This is Seven Road Witch's magic thing. It's not a buckler. I don't even know what it's called, but it's on the staff, I think. But yes, this is Magical Punisher. That's obviously not what the actual part of the wand is called, but sure. During the turn that you normal summon this card, send 1 card from your hand to the grave. Then you can send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard. Then you can special summon 1 Seven's Road Witch or Master of the Seven's Road from your graveyard face up to your field. That's pretty cool, honestly. This is a pretty fun card. Being able to bring back Witch or straight up Master of the Seven's Road? Sure. I mean, why not? I feel like there are situations where you want to choose Witch over the Master, but having Master on the field seems pretty fun too. Just casually being like, yep, there it is. All right, we've talked about you. Oh, nice. We got the dark magician nostalgia bait. Let's go. Let's go. Ooh, so happy about that. All right, so welcome to the field, I guess. I don't know. I am not exactly like I'm not, I don't know how I feel about the whole Timaeus stuff, right? Like, it's cool, don't get me wrong, right? I think it's a really cool thing to have, but like Dark Magician of the Dragon Knight, it feels a little off. I don't really play with it that much, so maybe I'm just going crazy, but like, you know, it would be cool if we see all the other Timaeus cards, or like the other Timaeus related ones, like from the anime or stuff like that. That'd be really cool too, but like, I don't know how much you're really playing this. So this is let me start from the beginning. So Dark Magician the Dragon Knight, you confuse this by using Dark Magician and one Dragon type monster, and this card's name becomes Dark Magician while in the graveyard. That has the continuous effect of its name becoming Dark Magician, and spell traps on your field cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. So yeah, I mean, it's cool, it's fun, but I don't know if this is really worth it to like focus towards. Yeah, that's really it. I mean, I guess putting this as like your initial play so that you have protection for your face downs is fine, but yeah, that's all I got about this card. I'm not too big of a fan, I guess. And then finally, our last card for this one, and then I need to get some water. Oh my god, I didn't realize how messed up my throat was going to be. But this is Road Apostle Magus. This is fused by using Dark Sorcerer and one Dark Attribute spell type monster. Or spellcaster type monster, sorry. That is a continuous effect of giving your face-up spellcaster monsters 200 attack. During your opponent's turn, monsters on your field cannot be returned to the hand, deck, or extra deck by card effects. So once again, we have that line, but yeah, I mean, this is a pretty strong card in and of itself. It gives you a nice little buff, so that's not too bad. But I mean, the protection also really good here too, so that you can't, you know, get you can't get compulsory evac, you can't get bounced, things like that. So yeah. All right, let me drink some water real quick, and then we'll move on to the next set or next pack. All right, next up. Okay, next up is this spell. So with the new level 9 that we got, we also got a spell that basically is just what basically, or just works in tandem with this. So this is Medea's Secret Remedy. If you have a level 9 Earth Attribute spellcaster type monster in your graveyard, send 2 monsters from your field to the grave. Then you can special summon a level 9 Earth Attribute spellcaster from your graveyard face up onto your field. So there's only one target for this, because we don't have other level 9s. Anyway, but yeah, this is just a good way to bring it back, you know, just so that you can have it on the field so that you can use its pretty good effect too. I mean, it's not bad, but it is also pretty basic. All right. Next up, we have Plasmatic Model Turt Glue. That just kind of sounds like a Pokemon at that point. Anyway, send 1 card from your hand to the grave, and then you can increase the level of 2 face-up Thunder-type monsters on your field by 4 until the end of the turn. And you also get Thunderlocked, but whatever. So yeah, you can use Turt Glue to get one of your other, or 2 of your level 4s, including this one, to become level 8s, so that you can use both of them for 2 different ritual summons. Or you can use this for your Plasmatic Model Rising Lenore and increase her level to 12 for the rest of the turn, thereby increasing her attack by another, what, 800, right? To turn into 4,800. So yeah, it's nice. It's nice. Then we have the Fusion Monster. We have this card again. And then we have this dragon fusion monster. You're the winged dragon of, or wicked dragon knight of darkness. Not the winged dragon knight, the wicked dragon knight of darkness. So this uses Dragon Knight of Darkness and Wicked Dragon of Darkness. So the darkness cards finally come together, and now we have a high dragon fusion monster. It's been a while, I think, that we've seen a high dragon, so that's cool. You can pay 500 life points, and you have a multi-choice effect of either this card gaining attack equal to the number of normal monsters in your grave times 400 until the end of the turn, or while this card is face up, it gains 600 attack. So now it's just asking how you're playing this card, when you're playing it, and what you think you're going to get more attack out of, right? Which I think is fair. I think this is totally fine, because the first attack, or the first choice is just for the turn, but the second choice is, I think, permanent, right? As long as this card is face up, right? It gains 600 attack. So it really just depends on what you need, what you think is going to get you more attack during that time, which I think is really cool. It's a very adaptable card, and I like that. All right, I'm very worried that my Overrush rare is at the end, because in the last box that I did, it was like the second to last pack, and I was like, oh my god, please. Not like this. Did we talk about Smart Owl? I don't think so. Plasmatic Model Smart Owl. During the turn that you don't summon this card, shuffle 2 level 4 Thunder type monsters with 800 defense from your grave into the deck. You can then change a face-up monster on your opponent's field to face-down defense position, and you can set a Plasmatic Model play from your graveyard to your spell and trap zone. Yeah, this is a really good card. Synergizes super well with Plasmatic Model Listella, sorry, and even more with Plasmatic Model Rising Listella. So yeah, I mean, this is a good card. It's unfortunate that you have to shuffle monsters back into your graveyard, because if you don't have a lot of monsters in there, that means you're also not going to be able to bring them back with your other effects from your grave. So it's a give and take, but I think the effect is really worth it. All right. Did we talk? Yeah, we talked about him already, right? Oh, now I don't remember. Oh goodness, I'm pretty sure we did. And if we didn't, I guess we'll go back. Okay, and now we have the other half of the Demolition Soldier sisters. I assume they're sisters. Maybe that's not a good assumption to have, but this is Demolition Soldier Nika. So reveal 1 worm type monster in your hand, and you can send the top 3 cards of your deck to the grave. Then, if a fire attribute worm type monster is among the cards sent, you can add 1 Demolition Soldier Polka from your graveyard to your hand. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's great to be able to bring these cards back and forth from each other and then use them for a fusion summon to create a pretty strong card. So it's cool that we have this. I don't know how usable they are in the current Demolition decks, but I'll have to look into it a little bit more. And then I don't think we've talked about Tamabot Launcher, right? Am I crazy? Maybe we did. I don't think so. Tama Launcher. No, we have, right? Tama Launcher, we talked about it. Send 1 from the field to the grave, and then you can draw up to... anyway. Send 1 face-up Earth Attribute Machine monster from your field to the grave. Then you can draw a card, and if you sent a level 1 monster with 200 attack and 0 defense to the graveyard to meet this requirement, you can draw an additional card. So yeah. I mean, this is really good. If you send a Tamabot, you get 2 cards. That's never a bad thing. And then we have a secret rare of Plasmatic Model Play. Very nice, very shiny card. I like it. We're doing good. We're doing good. It would be nice to have like play sets of all the plasmatic models, but I also know how difficult that would be. All right. So we talked about we talked about Dispel Archer. We talked about Launcher. Oh, hey. All right. Well, that's a new one. So This is Sworn Supporter of the Celestial Saint. This is the level 9 Earth Spellcaster, right? This is the card that also has its premium black version. This is this is our new level 9 monster. I really like the other art of it though. I actually commissioned art with me and this guy. It looks really good. I'll find a way to showcase it. I'm waiting on some other things first, but yeah. Anyway, during the main phase that you normal or special summon this card, pay 500 life points. Then you can special summon one monster from your graveyard face up to your field. And then for the rest of the turn, you cannot activate the effect of Sworn Supporter of the Celestial Saint. So, hard once per turn. It makes sense. That's pretty strong. I think compared to the other one, I like this one a lot more. Compared to the other level 9 that we have so far, I like this one a bit more. Obviously. And then, our last card is the Dark Sorcerer of Destruction. During the turn that you normal summon this card, send the top card of your deck to the grave. Then this turn, this card's name becomes Dark Sorcerer. And then you can add one Magical 7th fusion from your graveyard to your hand. So yeah, this is another way to get your fusions up and running. Right? You're gonna need something to bring back your fusion spell, so it's good that we have cards that let you do that. Imagine if we didn't, though. Alright. Okay, we have the bike. We have the bike that the Magnet Warriors use. Because that is something that we need. This is a stretch for me. In terms of like things that Rush Duel has turned into cards, this is one that I'm just like, why? This is just the bike. This is Magnet Speeder. Place one card from your hand to the bottom of the deck. You can add one Rock-type monster with 2100 defense, or one Rock-type normal monster from your graveyard to your hand. Then you can fusion summon by sending Rock-type monsters from your hand and or field to the graveyard as material. So like, at least the effect is good, but come on, it didn't have to just be the bike, right? Like, we could have done other things, probably. Like, the bike itself does not need to be a monster, but fine. I don't own Rush Duels. Alright, we've hit all repeats, and then we have the new Accel Wonder. Is it just Accel Wonder Dark? Yeah. We have our new Accel Wonder. Let's go. Reveal one dark attribute spellcaster type fusion monster with 2100 defense in your extra deck, and declare one card name listed as material in that monster. Then this turn, this card's name becomes the name declared to meet that requirement. And for the rest of the turn, you can only attack with spellcaster type monsters. I mean, this is one of the better, or if not the best, Accel Wonders that we have so far, right? A name-changing Accel, or a name-changing card that you can use to then fusion summon into whatever the hell you want. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I like it. I don't know which Accel Wonders we're missing now. Are we missing do we have a wind? Do we have an Accel Wonder wind? And if we do, why don't I remember it? Was the effect that bad? Was the effect so shit that I just don't remember it? I hope not. Alright. Thank goodness for repeats so that I can save my voice a little bit. And then I only have to talk about the last cards. Alright, so now this is Plasmatic Model Rising Blau. Plasmatic Model Rising Blau is a ritual monster with the continuous effect of protecting your face down spell and trap cards on your field from being destroyed by your opponent's card effects. It has pretty high attack too, so it's nothing to scoff at. But like, usually you can use this if you have this on your first turn, or if you're able to make it on your first turn, use this, set a bunch of cards so that you have more opportunities to draw for your next turn. Because like, you really don't want to have cards in hand if you don't need to, right? But if you want to keep cards like, you know, Jest and stuff like that that are, hard to come by, that's fine. But other cards, I would rather just put down and then just have this on the field, right? It's whatever. We have Splat, Light, and now Dark. We only have 3? Man, I could have sworn we had more. Don't we have a Rock one? Or Earth one? Sorry? We have an Earth one, right? There's the Earth Accel Wonder. I know that one exists. But I don't remember if we... But I guess we don't have a Wind one. And then what other element am I missing? Fire? We don't have a Fire one? No way. No Fire Accel Wonder? Alright. They're too afraid. They're too scared. That's what it is. Alright. Hey, we actually got the other ritual. Nice. This is Plasmatic Model Rising Listella. Alright. So, on the main phase that you special summon this card, shuffle 2 monsters from your grave into the deck, and then you can destroy a face-down card on your opponent's field. So, yeah, I mean, this is just really good. I mean, I've seen, and I've done this myself too, right? I've gone where I've summoned this, I brought back play, used this as material, brought this back, destroyed another face-down, things like that, and like just kind of gone in that for like, I think 3 times is my current record. I don't think you could do it more than 3 times, unless you like purposefully set it up that way. But like I just got really lucky. I think I just got super lucky to be able to do that 3 times. But yeah. This is just a really fun card. So I think that's my first Rising Listella. So hopefully I can get more. We have quite a few packs to go through. Fingers crossed. Let's see. All right. We've talked about you. We've talked about you. We've unfortunately talked about you. I assumed we've talked about you. Hey, okay. This card art kind of confused me when I first saw it, because I was like, I don't know where the body ends and where the body begins. But anyway, this is the new Thunder Trigger Drago spell card. This is Triggered Lightning. Send the top 2 cards of your deck to the grave, and you can choose 1 face-up effect monster on your field. This turn, that monster gains 300 attack and can pierce. If neither player has cards in their hand, which is insane to think about, you can special summon 1 Thunder Cavalry Trigger Drago from your graveyard face up to your field. So, I mean, yeah. Yeah, I guess if you can do it, sure. Right? But, you know, I think the buff and the piercing is already pretty good as is. I've contemplated putting this in the Plasmatic Model deck just for the buff and the piercing, so that I can have multiple copies and not have to solely rely on maintenance for my piercing. But I haven't really... we'll see. Because like Trigger Drago is also really good if you need like a bigger body on the field, especially because the plasmatics don't have, you know, main deck or big bodies in the main deck. So, you know, you can also get a Trigger Drago in there too. So, yeah. All right, let's see what we get next. More repeats? Just fine with me. I feel like I got so many Tama cards. I feel like at this point I will have enough to just make like some pure Tama bot deck, but I don't want that. I don't want that. I'm not ready for that. All right, but our new card here is Plasmatic Model Docking. So this is the ritual spell that allows you to ritual summon Plasmatic Model Rising Lenoir by sending face-up Thunder-type monsters from your field to the graveyard, whose total levels equal 8 or more as material. And then for the rest of the turn, you can only attack with Thunder-type monsters. All right. I mean, yeah, pretty simple. Pretty good. It is... I know people were like, why separate the ritual spells? But I think it makes sense. Because having 6 ritual spells and having 3 ritual monsters, I mean, you can't have one ritual spell be able to summon 3 monsters. Because then it's just, you're never going to see some of those monsters anyway. Right? So it just makes sense that you have it split. Alright, let's see what we get now. We can kind of like speed run these, which is great. Alright, and then my secret rare is the high-tech trap, whose name I already forgot. Flash Memory Fusion. Well, this is our other secret rare. No sign of our Overrush, which is a good and bad thing, I guess. Always makes me nervous, but sure. And then we have another plasmatic model play. I think now I have a full playset of those, which is good. I'm just hoping for the ritual monsters at this point. Okay, we have actually I don't think we've seen the base Listella. So this is plasmatic model Listella. This is not the alt art one, which is totally fine. So send 1 other monster from your field to the grave, and you can destroy a spell or trap card on your opponent's field. And then this also locks you into attacking with only thunder type monsters, which is once again whatever. But yeah, nice. I'm glad we finally get a copy of that. And then we have another trap. All right, we're slowly getting closer and closer. Another maintenance, another Mormalith. All right. Nothing crazy there. I don't know which Overrush rare outside of the level 9 that I want. Yeah, in the other box, I got that level 4 plant, which seems pretty good. Happy about that one, but I don't know what other ones I want. There really wasn't one that kind of stood out to me aside from that. But we do have a new card, finally. Goodness. Alright, this is... Oh, we're in the spell, so I should not be here. Alright, this is Lightwave Grand Dragon. This is fused by using Lightwave Dragon and Booster Wyvern. You send the top 4 cards of your deck to the grave, then you can special summon a Blue Fang Burst Dragon or Red Boot Boost Dragon from your hand or graveyard face up to your field. Nice. It is pretty costly, but milling 4 is not really that big of a deal, I think. Like, that's pretty good, and then you can go into your other fusion summons, your other fusion monsters and stuff like that. You know, that's not bad. Alright, I think we're only missing like one other Tamabot at this point. Oh, I'm skipping. I'm getting too excited. Oh, nice! I was hoping that we would get at least one copy of this one. This is Rurigra the Eternal. During the turn that you normal summon this card, place 1 card from your opponent's graveyard to the bottom of the deck. Then excavate the top 4 cards of your deck. You can add 1 excavated level 9 Earth Attribute Spellcaster monster to your hand. Place the other cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. So this is actually more support for the level 9 Spellcaster, which is great. He's cool, and I hope to see more of him, or like try and make a decent deck using him in the future. Yeah, he doesn't really have a name. I don't want to call him Sworn Supporter of the Celestial Saint every single time, right? That's too many words. And then actually, hey, I think this is our last Tamabot. Please let this be our last Tamabot. This is King Tamabot. Send 1 card from your hand to the grave. This turn, this card's name becomes Tamabot, and you can add up to 2 Tamabot from your graveyard to your hand. So yeah, King Tamabot brings all the other Tamabots back, and we've now at least have 1 copy of every Tamabot. We're free. All right, let's see how much more we can get. So we already seen this one. These as well. This is the bowling one. And then, oh, I think this is the Shadow Flower. I think this is the Shadow Flower Overrush, or the Shadow Flower monster. It is. All right. So that's actually, okay, this is actually not bad. This is, trains the sprinting Shadow Flower Ninja. Thankfully, this is not the one with the super long name. It's totally fine. But yes, this card's name becomes it trains the Shadow Flower Ninja while in the graveyard. Then you can send the top 3 cards of your deck to the grave, and this turn, this card's name becomes it trains the Shadow Flower Ninja. Then if you activated this effect during the main phase that you normal or special summon this card, you can add up to 2 Earth Attribute Plant normal monsters from your graveyard to your hand. So this actually does a lot. This does a lot for the deck. Brings back a lot of cool cards, and like kind of just, you know, has a stronger presence than the other Etrains, I guess. But like, yeah, this is good. I like it. It's fun. This is okay. I was like, this is not the fusion, the one that needs fusion material, right? Yeah, okay. But yeah, very cool. We got that. So now we have, what was that? 6 packs left. We already hit 2 secrets. I think we've hit all of our ultras. I don't expect we're getting anything else in terms of any other good cards now. So as unfortunate as it is, now we can at least go through these cards a little bit faster. I don't actually, did we talk about this one? I don't think so, right? This is the Shadow Flower Trap, Shadow Flower Bedazzlement. When your opponent normal summons a monster, place 1 Earth Attribute Plant type monster from your graveyard to the bottom of the deck. Then you can change that normal summon monster to face down defense position, and then you can special summon a plant type monster with 1000 defense from your graveyard face up to your field. So you have a lot of choices for what you want to bring back, which is really good. I think this is a pretty good card to have if you want to bring back some of your other monsters, just as like, you know, if you can have them survive for the turn, especially. But it's a good control card to have for the Shadow Flowers, and I won't complain about, you know, just a little bit of control. All right, let's keep going. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought we were done with all the ultra rares, but I'll take another one. Why not? Especially if we get the fancy violet scale. What is your actual full name? Violet scale enhanced blast dragon. I was actually pretty close. All right. So this is a fusion monster needing Blue Fang Burst Dragon and Red Boot Boost Dragon. It has the continuous effect of during your turn, this card gains attack equal to the original attack of the face-up monster with the highest original attack on your opponent's field. So basically guaranteeing you a 3500 damage is pretty strong, but if you can, you know, use this to attack a different monster than the one with the highest attack, then that's even more damage. And that's pretty fun. And I enjoy cards that hit hard. And look, it looks really cool. I've been waiting for, you know, the fusion, and honestly, it's sick. It's sick. FleshTuber stream, yeah, I'm showing hands. It's crazy. Hello, Faust, or I guess Tiger. It's been a while. I almost forgot what to call you. I haven't chatted with you in a while. Hope everything's been doing well. All right, we're almost done here, guys. We're reaching the end. No more surprises, I think. All right, I say that as we get Tamabot King Golem. So Tamabot King Golem requires 3 Tamabots to use as fusion material. You can place 1 Tamabot from your grave on and put it on the top of the deck, and then you can choose up to 3 monsters on your field. Those monsters cannot be destroyed by card effects until the end of your opponent's next turn. Then, if you activated this effect during your main phase that you fusion summon this monster, you can gain 2,000 life points. I mean, it's a good card to have. I think it's pretty easy to get out, and, you know, getting 2,000 life points, healing back up, it's pretty nice. 3,000 is decent. What else can you say except that this monster shoots soy sauce out of its knees? Why does it do that? I don't know. Is it because you can eat your eggs with soy sauce? Is that the reason? Who knows? I don't understand cards. That's okay. Not a lot of people do. Hell, I don't even understand cards that often. But these are... My goal is to just, you know, showcase the Rush Duel cards that we have. Maybe people will get interested by the cool card arts or just by the designs and stuff like that. And we can get to see more people playing it in the future, because it's not a game that everyone has heard of. But we're almost done. Just a couple of packs left. Oh, okay. We actually get the fusion spell. I almost forgot that the fusion spell was in here, I'll be quite honest. So this is Magical Sevens Fusion. Very cool that we get to see Seven Sword Witch and Strange Cat in the artwork. But yeah, this card lets you fusion summon a dark attribute spell type or spellcaster type monster with 2100 or less defense by sending spellcaster type monsters from your hand or field to the graveyard as material. Hand and or field to the grave as material. Sorry, that's actually really important. And then for the rest of the turn, you can only attack with spellcaster type monsters. So that's fine. This is just a good spell card to have. I like the reference. It's nice. And then this is Reincarnation. We actually haven't seen Reincarnation either. So wow, I cannot believe we're actually getting some of the last packs are giving us some new cards. That's surprising. This is Reincarnation, the Shadow Flower Ninja. This card has the continuous effect of on your opponent's turn, if you have no spell or trap cards on your field, this card gains attack equal to the original attack of the face-up monster with the highest original attack on your field. So very similar to what Violet Scale does, but instead it's your own monsters and not your opponent's monsters. But like, that's pretty strong regardless, right? It's basically there to be like, all right, well, if you have no way of destroying this card or removing it, you're going to be dealing with a really big attack. And so that's not bad, right? Is it effective? Kind of. It's unfortunate that there's just a lot of ways to remove cards. That's really it. All right, let's keep going. The second to last pack. Let's see if we get anything new. Did we already talk about the Cyber Searchlight Spotlight Dragon? Or am I thinking of when I was opening packs before? Hold on. Because it was like one of the very... Yeah, okay, we did. We already talked about it. Okay. Whew. Nice. And then our last pack. Let's see if we can get anything good. Yeah, Cyber Surveillance Dragon. Thank you, thank you. All right. Last pack, here's hoping. And then... All right, nope, it is... it's just Legend Advent. Which, I mean, hey, very cool card. We ended on Legends Advent. You know, we do love Advent in this household, so maybe it was just a sign. Anyway, yeah, that's our opening for this box. Let me actually... Is it easy for me to grab, is the question. I wanted to see if I can show off the other Overrush rare that I got in the set. But I don't remember... I'll be honest, I don't remember where I put it. Did I already put it in with the rest of the other... No. Then where is it? Where'd it go? It's not here. Huh. I moved it out of the way, but I don't remember where I put it. Oh no! You saw a blue eye something dragon? There might have been a dragon that coincidentally had blue eyes, but I don't think it was a blue eyes dragon. Oh, there it is. All right, here it is. Yes, so this is the other Overrush rare that I got that we can actually talk about here. This is Envy the Irreverent. So if you shuffle 2 monsters from your grave into the deck, you can change 1 attack position effect monster on your opponent's field to face down defense position. Then, if you have 3 face-up plant type monsters on your field, those monsters inflict piercing damage this turn. So yeah, I mean, this is just a card that allows you to, you know, just deal a lot of damage, turn card effects off, which is really good too. But yeah, I'll have to see how useful INV is. I want to assume that it's good, just because it allows you to flip a monster to face down defense, which is really nice because it can turn off continuous effects and stuff like that. And if they're low, or you can choose low defense monsters to then, you know, be able to hit over those, right? Because usually most monsters with really high attack don't have that high of a defense. So if you can hit over those, that's totally fine too. But yeah. All right. So now with that is everything that we can do. Sorry, what? Love your videos. Thanks for showing off Rush. Easily digestible way. Thank you very much for that comment. Mobile Shaman, thank you. It means a lot to me, actually. You know, like, I definitely want to see more people talking about Rush, because like there's definitely a lot of people who are misinformed, right? Either just because they've seen like early videos of Rush, like back in like the first year of playing, or things like that, where, you know, it was very basic, very standard and stuff like that. But I feel like Rush has evolved in a way now that, you know, it still has its core mechanics and that same memory of, like, you know, being able to go back and forth with your opponent, but there's just cooler cards, better effects, and, like, you know, it's a lot more, I guess, stable, right? Compared to how old Yu-Gi-Oh! Was back in that same time period, I guess. So, you know, I feel like they've learned from their mistakes a little bit and have made a game where, you know, it's a lot more accessible and a lot more fun for people. And now I just wish that they would release it to make it even more accessible, right? Print it out for the TCG regions, make it fun. All right, this is actually one of the things that I've talked about before. I'll rant about this again in a different video. I have a whole thing planned out. But, like, you know, we're in KP21, right? Like, this is, we're in a new, I guess, I've called it an era, but then someone was like, oh, it's not an era. And I was like, okay, whatever. But, like, I'm calling it an era because I don't know what a better terminology for it would be. But, like, we're in a new stage of Rush duels where, you know, we have ritual monsters now. We're getting a bunch of new cards. We're seeing ritual monsters being developed in real time for how Rush duels will, and I want to see how cool and how crazy Rush duels can make ritual monsters be, right? Because now by putting them in the extra deck, you have more space in your main deck to do some other stuff. But like, this could be a decent time to, like, start printing stuff for the TCG regions. Because, like, even if you decide to not print, God forbid they don't print anything from KP 1 to 20 again. Or if they do, they, like, combine sets and everything, right? Because, like, they've done that. They can do that. It's whatever. But, like, it would be so hard to catch up now, right? I honestly feel like if they don't announce Rush Duels TC, or like a TCG print for Rush Duels this year during Worlds or something like that, it's never coming. As much as I want it to happen, I don't think it'll ever be printed if they don't announce it this year. Legitimately, this is the last year I think they could do it without it being impossible for them to try and print everything and bring it to all the other TCG regions. As much as I hate to say that, right? Like, I have been on that copium for years now, And you know, after last year, I was like, yeah, okay, that's fine. They announced Go Rush World. I get it. But like, I'm not a fan of playing Rush Duels on Duel Links because playing Rush Duels was never really meant to have in-deck searchers. And if you're going to be playing a game where you can press the yellow button and just basically pull out the cards that you need, it breaks the game, in my opinion, right? Like, I don't like how... I don't like Duel Links in general because you press yellow button, you basically are almost guaranteed to win. But like, it's better now. I've seen that the meta is a little bit better now, which is fine. But like, you know, it just doesn't feel the same, right? It's not the same play style of like, all right, you know, all of this is fine. There's like limited battle traps and stuff like that. It's rough. It's rough. And like, yeah, what you're saying is also true, Aaron Paul, right? Like, Rush Duels has 4 structure decks out this year. In 1 year, in like the span of like a couple of months, right? Like, we've introduced so many different structure decks for people to play the game. And I feel like this is a great time to also do that for the TCG regions, even if it's a lot. I'll make a video about it later. I don't know. It'll just be like a rant. It won't even be like a properly edited video. It'll just be me ranting, whatever. I need to put more videos up anyway. People will never experience the true might of Thunder beat. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of fun there's a lot of fun things that Rush can do and a lot of fun things that I hope to see happen. But yeah, after playing a lot of Russian Digimon, top deck searching just feels much more balanced than searching for anything. Yeah, I mean, excavating I think is just a better way of doing searching. I think excavating is just a safer way of doing it. Because like, if you could just search a card anywhere in your deck, that's just broken, right? If Rush ever introduces that, it has to be, you know, there has to be a huge consequence to it. Or like, it has to be in like a shitty ass deck that locks you into something. I don't know. That's why Rush Duel Links is not a fair representation on how Rush Duels should play. Yeah, no, exactly. Right? Like, people are like, I'm glad that people are playing Rush Duel Links, right? I'll still log in from time to time to like see what cards get added and things like that. But like, I used to play a lot in the beginning, but then like after realizing that like, yeah, every single time I play and like, if my opponent can hit the yellow button before I can, and then they basically set up their monsters and like, I have no decent way of coming back from that, right? And so it just didn't feel the same. Right? It didn't feel the same as when I play like Rush Duels, you know, on like Edo Pro or something where I play against other people where it's like, all right, well, they set up a really good board, but I know I can still draw something to come back from it. Or like, I know that my deck can, you know, do some cool shit and, you know, come back, right? I've had really fun comebacks playing, you know, actual Rush Duels than I really have been playing Rush Duel Links. And like, you know, it's whatever. It's fine because I want to still support Rush Duel Links because, you know, I don't want it to fail because then it shows that people don't want to play Rush Duels, even though it's not the same as actual Rush Duels, whatever. But like, you know, I want to do everything that we can to make sure that Rush Duels gets recognized as something that isn't just like, you know, it's not, you know, baby level, I guess. Right, as much as people want to proclaim that it is. And like, there's some people, there's some like bigger Yu-Gi tubers out there that like, you know, they like Rush or like they start seeing it and stuff like that. But like, there are others out there, I won't say who, you know, are not as kind, I guess. And like, that's unfortunate. I really wish that they could play it and like, you know, understand that there's a lot of cool things to do with modern Rush Duels that you can't do in your current vision of what Rush Duels is, right? Because like, there are some old videos by some bigger Yu-Gi tubers that have played Rush Duels, but like, it was like year 1, year 2, and like, even then they didn't know what they were doing and like, they were just shit talking it the whole time. And like, it sucked. It sucked to watch. It sucked to listen to. And like, I have no gripes with them. It's whatever. They can do whatever they want. I don't really care. But like overall, it just paints a bad image for the game in general because they have a wider reach than I do, right? Like my goal is to just showcase Rush to as many people as I can, and just show that it is a very fun game. It's very cool. We have cool cards, we have cool themes. You got to try it out and stuff like that. I'm gonna be making like dueling videos and stuff like that in the future as well, so that'll be fun. I just don't want to make videos that is just the duel and then like music in the background, right? Because like people do that already. That's it. Did I get pretty girl cards? I got one. Seika, there you go. Also, hello, how you doing? Hope everything is good. Other pretty girls actually did also. Wait, actually, both of my Overrush rares were pretty girls. Well, would you look at that? Nice. We did get lucky. Thank you. Seika, thank you for bringing the spirits back up while I was doom posting. Yes, we also have we have a dude. We have a nice dude here. Let's see. We have Angry Dragon, if you're into angry spiky dragons. Let's see. Oh, we do have all the plasmatics I can show off too. All right, we have Reincarnation. I can ruin him. We have the Harpy ladies. I can't show them for too long. I'm afraid. I don't want to get like. I mean, I'm not partnered or whatever, so I can't get demonetized. But I also don't want to get my stream flagged. We have some We have some model kit girls. We have my cousin, I guess. But yes, I think there's an issue with or sorry, what were you saying, Mobile Shaman? Let me see. I think there's an issue with many Yu-Gi-Oh players seemingly to like making not liking base Yu-Gi-Oh and always complaining about it, yet scoffing and mocking all the turn. Yeah. Oh, speaking of alternatives, oh my god, yeah. So the whole Time Wizard debacle, right? Like that's really unfortunate. I felt really bad about the Time Wizard events getting really hit or getting like hard nerfed and basically being a completely different game thanks to what Konami posted a couple days ago, right? Like that was super unfortunate to hear. And like I made a tweet about it saying like, oh, I'm really hoping that this isn't some weird way to try and like introduce rush duels, right? Like the going theory is that they are just trying to make it easier for Master Duel players to, purchase the cardboard products and not have to worry about erratas and shit, right? Like, sure, I get it in that perspective too, but like I also am afraid that they're like trying to make people go or turn away from Time Wizard events and then being like, oh, but we're gonna put rush duels. And I was like, everything can coexist at the same time. We don't have to do anything crazy. But yeah. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff going on right now with Konami. We're not entirely sure what's gonna happen, right? Like, I want Rush Duels to come out, but I also don't want it to be off the backs of like everything else, right? With Speed Duel already dying / dead, that's one thing, all right? That's one thing already, but like, we can't have Rush be born off the hatred of everyone else who's lost their favorite alternative ways to play the game. So, yeah. All right, let's see. Is there anything else that we got? No, 2 secrets. 2 secrets, 3 ultras. I'll take it. And then, yeah, nothing else too crazy on that end. I'm Yu-Gi-Oh! Strongest fan. I'm Rush Duel strongest fan. I'm not gonna say that I'm like Yu-Gi-Oh! Like the entirety of Yu-Gi-Oh! Strongest fan. There's definitely things that I am not a big fan of. Like even in Rush Duels, there's things I'm not a big fan of. But like, yeah, overall, I feel like I just enjoy this game, or I enjoy Rush Duels as an alternative to normal Yu-Gi-Oh. Like when I found out about the game and actually started playing it myself, I just got hooked. And like I didn't see a lot of people like talking about the game as much or playing it on, or like showcasing like that type of stuff online. So I wanted to try and just be a part of that. Takahashi's strongest soldier. I wish. I you know, rest in peace, King. But like, yeah, there's just definitely a lot going on in what Konami is doing, and hopefully we get some good news in the future. I'm really hoping, you know, Rush Duels is a really fun game mode, and I really don't want it to only be represented by Duel Links, because it's just not the same game. It really isn't, right? Like the current meta in Duel Links is just not comparable to what is going on in current Rush. So yeah, just if more people can see what they're doing or what Rush is doing now, then maybe more people would be interested, but who knows? All right, but anyway, my phone battery is dying, so I'm afraid that it is going to shut off in a couple of minutes, and I do not want that to happen. All right. So thank you all so very much for watching the stream. I had a lot of fun. We got some really good cards. I'm going to be sleeving these later, and then maybe just posting a picture on my Twitter later, just in a nicer, higher quality resolution. And then I'm going to get back to work on my newest Rush review. That will be coming out, hopefully, I want to say next week, because I'm going to Off-Kai Expo next week as well. So I'll be busy. I'll be busy, I guess. So yeah, I'll be gone or out of touch for next week. So we'll figure it out then. But yeah, I want to get at least a video out before I go, and then we'll kind of see what happens, because I have a big project that I'm working on, and it's gonna be so cool, but it's just so much work. It's so much work. So please be patient. It's gonna be worth it. I promise you. I promise you, it's gonna be worth it. So yeah. But yes, that's all for me. My name has been Protagonist. I'm signing off for tonight. Once again, thank you, and I will see you all next time. Alrighty, peace.
砕け散る限界を越えて覚醒する世界は俺を照らす忘れられない冷たい記憶に火を灯し走り続けた暗闇の先に何があろうとも従うさため包み